Hello.
Hello, everyone. Everyone's going to think, where's Dion? It's me. Hi, Chloe. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Cold, freezing.
Yeah.
Hence, I don't know how many layers I've got on, but it's a lot.
I put the heating on in this room. I was like, I need to turn this radiator up. It is cold.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I know. It wasn't until I was getting ready I realised how red my nose was from the cold. I was like, I haven't got cold. I'm just cold. Oh, but before I forget, hi everyone watching at home. I can see we've got some viewers. If you've got any questions, something's come in. Oh, Dion's watching us. Hi, Dion. Yes, get better soon, Dion. We love you. If you've got any comments or questions to ask Chloe, please pop them in the chat and we will get to them through this live. So we're with Chloe Adkin today, Miss Nottingham Galaxy. The one and only. Oh, so
the ever returning.
I know. Woo! So let's start. For those that don't know you, I think a lot of people will, but for those that don't, tell us a bit about your pageant history.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I started when I was 16. I was at a local dance competition and I got scouted for a local competition called Miss Mansfield and Sherwood Forest Outstanding Teen. So I went, I participated. It was really relaxed. It was one rehearsal for an hour long every week for about 6 weeks. And we learned how to walk, how to talk, and how to get involved in the community. And I went to the competition on the day. It was really fun. It was really relaxed. And I placed second, so first runner up, which as many people know is my favourite placement. I seem to be very good at placing there. And I just caught the pageant bug. And then my mum was opening the newspaper and just flicking through one day, and she saw an advert for Miss Nottingham, which was through the Miss England organisation. So she sent my details across without me knowing at all. And then she got an email back, and it just sort of snowballed from there. So I entered Miss England for a couple of years, did different heats like Miss Nottingham, Miss Derby. I even did Miss Southport once. I don't know how I even qualified for that, but I was invited to compete, so I went. I went to my GCSE maths exam with rollers in my hair, and I was allowed to finish early and drive down to Southport to compete.
Oh, I love it.
So, just everyday stuff. But yeah, and it just snowballed from there. Competed in Miss England, like I said, got through to the top 20, got top 15 in 3 awards that year: Beach Beauty, Beautiful Hair, and Top Model. And then I decided that I felt like I wasn't old enough to be competing at Miss England. I was competing at that time. I think I was 17, 18, competing against girls that were 26.
Yeah.
And I was still so young and felt so out of place that I thought I need to go somewhere where I feel like I fit in a bit more and it's more for my age range. So I stumbled across Galaxy and decided to enter. At that point, I didn't even know there was any other competitions. I just thought it was Miss England and Miss Universe, and that was it. But obviously, I did a bit more research and realised that Holly hosted all these different competitions, and I just felt like Galaxy suited me the most. It was more the American style, which I prefer, more like glitz, which I feel like I fitted into a lot better. And yeah, I've been with Holly ever since. She can't get rid of me.
No, I love it. And, Galaxy's where I started last time we competed together. And so I met you there. It is a lovely, lovely system. So you've talked about the glitz and the glamour, because it is. I always think of it as like the most glamorous pageant system that we have here.
Yeah.
So what is it that keeps you coming back, apart from the glitz? Is there anything else?
Well, obviously, when you place first runner-up, but I don't know if many people know this, but I don't know if it's just at Galaxy or in all of Holly's systems. When you place first runner-up, you get free entry into the following year if you wish to compete. So obviously that's a great bonus because it saves you finding sponsorship, and we all know pageants aren't cheap. So that's a big help. But also, I just love the way Holly's systems are ran. It's so everything's so efficient, so organised. I know that if I've got an issue, I can just ring the pageant girl office and say, look, I'm not sure what to do about this, or I've got a question regarding this subject, and they answer straight away, which I love. And on the day, it's so well run. It's like clockwork. Everybody knows where they need to be at this time. And I've competed so many times now that I know how it feels to compete somewhere where it hasn't got that structure. And for me, that's a really big importance. And one of the top things I look at when I'm competing is that I feel that it's a well-run organisation, and I fully trust Holly with my life.
Yeah.
So I know that she runs everything perfectly, whether she wants to admit that or not. But we all know that Holly's systems are so well run. So that's really important. But also, I just really clicked with the system and the international director, Maria. I've been lucky to train with her twice when she's been in the UK. And I just love her whole organisation that she's brought, and the opportunity that she's given us girls in the UK to compete internationally in all different locations. Obviously, it's most well known for being in Florida, but last year it was in Texas. And we still don't know where it's going to be this year. So she's keeping us on our toes and keeping us excited, which I love. But I also want to know where it is.
Yeah.
I want to know where it is.
I want to know where it is.
Yeah, we all want to know where it is. But I know when the time is right, she'll obviously announce that. But yeah, I just love the system. It's where I felt that I fitted in. Obviously competing at Miss England, I wasn't ready at that time to be in that organisation, and I went straight to Galaxy, and it was just a perfect fit for me. I love all the rounds, I love the way it's ran, and I love the opportunity of an international. So
Oh, amazing. No, it is such a good system, and it is so well run. You are right there. Holly definitely has it down.
Yeah.
You'll gain lots of love in our comments.
I can't see anything, so I just feel
no, we have to look back. Sometimes it doesn't come through with the name. So we've got a Facebook user that says "Hello, beautiful ladies," which I'm guessing is probably Nicola, but I'm not sure. So if you said that, let us know who you are.
At some point, I know for sure.
We know Nicola and Amber are probably watching. We've got Gregiana. I hope I'm saying that name right. Gregiana Augustin. Sorry, I don't think I'm saying that right. Saying, I love how some pageant families start. A family member applied on my behalf. It's incredibly cute, and she's wishing you all the best.
Oh, thank you.
We've got another Facebook user that says, I think you should do Miss GB.
Okay.
So do with that what you will. A question. Do you have a pageant budget, and has there been a time you've gone over it? Well, I don't know if Chloe will want to reveal that. But yeah, every year.
Over budget. So yeah. I do sort of set myself a rough budget, but I'm very fortunate with my job that I can afford to splurge on certain items if I wish to, but I work very hard and able to do that. I do save a lot of money, but everything is paid for by myself. I also have a dress sponsor, Cherished Wedding Boutique and the Dress Boutique by Cherished, who often sponsor me gowns. I have Richard Marill, who often sponsors sort of like hair and makeup or part of an outfit if it's a big expense. And then I have Lucy Lashes, who does all my treatments to get me stage ready. So I can save in other ways, which allows me to splurge on other items. But I do try and be realistic and think to myself, I'm not going to be able to spend £10,000 on a gown. No. Because it's just not, for me, in my opinion, everyone's different. It's just not worth that much. I just think if I can wear it once or twice and then resell it to somebody else and see it sort of recycled, I need to make sure that it's affordable for then the next person to be able to purchase, and so on and so forth. So I'm always cautious, but if I really like something, I spend a little bit more.
Yeah,
But I get them out, so it's okay.
yeah, you've got to feel good on stage, haven't you? So
exactly, it's so important. And I think the more you compete, the more I found, the more picky I am. And an outfit will arrive, and if it was the first outfit I'd have ever seen when I was, 16, 17, or even a few years ago when I was 19, I'd think to myself, oh my gosh, that is the most amazing outfit. But now I've seen so many different dresses, so many different fashion wears, it gets really difficult, and I'm struggling more and more as the years go on to find something that I really love.
So on that note, you told me some outfits had arrived.
Yeah. So my fashion wear arrived yesterday. And I was quite worried when it arrived because it was in the smallest box I'd ever seen. It wasn't like I've got a picture where I've got my hand next to it to show how small the box is. And it's the same size as my hand, which, if you know me, I've got really small hands. So that worried me a bit. But when I got it out, it was fine. I thought it's going to be one of them mini things that, like,
for a doll dress.
Yeah, I was like, what? But it was fine when I got it out. It was just well packed. Whoever packed that has got serious packing skills. That I need some tips because it was well crammed in. But I got that out. That was beautiful. Really happy with that. I got some sneak peeks of my evening gown last night from my designer. So because they've both been made separately by separate designers. So that's exciting. That should be with me for the end of this month, the 28th at the latest. So that is next Saturday. So it's very nearly done. He just did some close-up pictures of the beadwork just because he didn't want to ruin the surprise. So I'm excited to see that. But it was nice to get some sneak peeks because obviously you trust in somebody with something so important and so special, and that costs quite a lot of money, and they're at the other side of the world, and you've got no idea, like, how's it going? Is it going to fit? Is it what I thought it was? So just getting a few pictures every now and again for reassurance just makes me calm again and think, yes, that was how I wanted it. It's fine.
Yes, because I think last time you changed your mind last minute, didn't you? Yeah, I remember. So none of that this time.
It was horrendous. Everything was so last minute. My fashion wear had to get remade because it wasn't as specified when I first commissioned it. So when I got the final images, I said that it wasn't right, and it had to be remade within 5 days of Galaxy. So that was an absolute nightmare. It arrived and it didn't fit correctly, but I had no other option, so I went with it. And then my gown arrived, and I think I was just so stressed about everything that I was being even more picky than I normally am. And now I look back and I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that gown. But at the time, it was just a nightmare. I was like, no, it's not what I want. It's not what I thought. It's arrived, and it's just, it just wasn't what I pictured. So it just completely threw me. So Rachel Allen very kindly sent my sponsor a gown for me that I picked up the day before I drove to Galaxy, and I got a cape made by Wake Bespoke that was delivered to the hotel the day before I competed. So that was the first time I'd ever worn those capes. But wow. Yeah, the gown was bought the day before, so I'd not even practiced in it.
No,
I think I'd practiced in it once. I had a 1-hour session the day before, and that was it. And I just had to go with it, and it didn't fit correct. It was a little bit big, but I just went with it.
Yeah, we're not doing that this year.
No more of that. I do not recommend to anybody. Yeah,
you're stressing me just with the story.
It wasn't a great week. It wasn't a great week. And I had shingles as well the week before Galaxy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, and I didn't tell a lot of people, but I was really poorly got shingles. But it's not infectious or anything, but the doctor said it was because of stress, and I was like, yeah, definitely stressed.
Right, yes. So no stress, health comes first.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't want any more shingles.
No.
Oh, you're still getting so much love in the comments.
Oh,
Nicola and Amber are here, I think. They say, yes, I'm here. So I assume that they are here.
My pageant mum is here because my mum is currently at London Heathrow because tomorrow morning she's flying to New York. So
You say that. She's commented.
Actually,
She's here, yeah. She's saying
hello.
you try so hard, love you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cute.
She's cute. We've got Hannah here sending you love, laughing at the budget. Yeah, what is a budget, hey?
Who needs a budget?
Oh, you're going to have to rewatch this and see all the comments because they're coming through as you speak, which there will just be fun. Your family is always on holiday. Oh.
I know that's Nicola because she says, "Oh, are you coming to this?" And I'm like, "No, sorry, I'm on holiday." And then she'll ask me, "No, sorry, I'm away that weekend." She always thinks we're on holiday. We're not, but it's just when she does events that I'm away.
Oh, we need to coordinate this better. So one thing I was going to ask you about is your event that you did that I completely missed because I was not here. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I hosted a pageant girl level up brunch where I had the lovely Hannah Golding, who's my mum's sister queen. She's UK's national miss, and I had also Beth Parr, who's a previous Galaxy International queen. And Hannah did an interview session, an interview masterclass with the girls, and Beth Parr did the walking coaching with the girls. And it was held at Sequin Walls HQ, which is just this incredible venue that's just full of sequins, flower walls, you name it, they've got it. So it was the most Instagrammable, get my words out, Instagrammable venue with a buffet, and we just did lots of pageant practice. Like I say, Hannah did the interview masterclass with a section of girls, and then we swapped over and did the walk masterclass with Beth. And it was just a great day that was really relaxed, no pressure, just taking in as much information from both girls as possible to get everybody ready for pageant season. But yeah, it was an amazing day that raised over £500. So it was a great success.
Oh, wow. And who did you raise for?
So I raised the funds for the Christie, which is UK's Galaxy Pageant's chosen charity, and they just provide services for patients and families dealing with cancer, provide services that the NHS just can't provide, such as like wig services, counselling, bereavement, all things like that.
No, they are such a good charity, and that sounds like an amazing event. I'm sad I missed it.
It was so much fun. It was a long day, but it was a good day. Really good.
Yes, you'll have to do some more with the sparkly crown.
Well, that would be a bonus.
We hope so. Oh, Nicola says that you did amazing at your event, so
yeah, Amber actually came down. Amber was really poorly. She stayed the night. Well, she stayed 2 nights. So I had to look after her, but she was fine.
Oh, good.
She was all good.
Oh, because I always think of you as like a fundraising expert. You and Anna, to be honest, and Nicola, both of you, I feel like you do so much for charity. Is there any sort of fundraising highlights over your years, things that you've done that you've,
Obviously, I really enjoyed hosting the brunch because it was sort of an event where I could sit back and also participate without feeling overly stressed and running around trying to deal with things. So I really enjoyed that, and I got so much great feedback from it as well. So it's definitely something that will be redone, hopefully with a crown. And then I would say another one that I've done would be my glitter ball that I hosted. I think that was in 2019. And that was a really good event that raised over £1,000 per charity, because we split the charities. So we had the Christie, and we also had Huntington's disease. So that raised over £1,000 for each charity. That was a very stressful event. I thought, putting a ball on, I love doing events, that'll be really easy. That was big.
No.
Yeah, big no. I was very lucky that I was still at college, so I had a lot of study time that I used to plan for that, and I was constantly going to venues, sourcing retailers that I could use for the sort of like decorating the room, photo booths, photo walls, all those little things that you don't necessarily think about take so much time. Even something like a seating plan, oh my gosh, that gave me major headache, trying to sort out where everyone was sitting and make sure everybody sort of knew at least one or two people on the table, because I always hate that when you go to an event and you put somewhere that you don't know anybody. It can be really intimidating. So I wanted to make sure everybody had at least one or two people on a table that they sort of knew, so it wasn't so daunting. But that was a really fun event, a really good event that raised a lot of money for charity, but just took a lot more organising than some of the other events that I've done, like my charity raffles for a Charlotte Clemmy shoot, which I just put on Facebook and people just send the money to PayPal. That's really easy, and doesn't take much coordination because Charlotte just deals with whoever the winner is. And I just send her the money that she needs and the other goes to the charity. But then putting on big events like the brunch and the ball does take a lot more planning. But I do enjoy it, so it's not too bad.
Oh, absolutely. No, and you're good at it as well. So if you ever need a side career, planning. Oh, there's Hannah and I think Hannah and Nicola are just joking around in the in these comments. Nicola said, I think I need to move in after staying at yours for the weekend. Yeah. I think that was in reference to when she stayed over at the event.
Yeah, Amber was treated very well.
Hannah said the bossy ones take over. I think that was when you were talking about how you were able to sit back.
Yeah. I let Hannah deal with that. Hannah was shouting. She was like, you need to get in this room. You need to be in that room. I was like, just listen to Hannah.
Go. And apparently you're jumping out of a plane if you win.
Absolutely not. I've told Amber and Nicola this. That is one thing that I will not do. No.
I've done it. I would never do it again. But I think you should do it.
No.
One time.
No, I just can't. I've offered to climb the O2, which is a big enough height for me, but I am not jumping out of a plane. I've told her time and time again. She keeps asking me and I keep saying no. Absolutely not.
We'll work on her. We'll get her up there. No one really enjoys it.
Unless Holly signs it in the contract that I have to jump out of a plane. And even if she did then, I'd be like, not sure.
Oh no, I think that would be. I think you should do it once. But I know heights are not. I don't like heights particularly, but I had to be pushed when I jumped. I wasn't jumping off my own. Oh no, it is scary. Bungee is I would never do a bungee. I put that in the list of things I'd never do. But other stuff like that I will do. Oh, well, I won't keep you too long because I know you're going to go and get your tea. But it's been lovely to speak to you. I can't wait.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, you're welcome. I can't wait to see you on that stage.
Not long.
In nearly 2 months.
Yes, very close now.
Yeah, it's always such a good weekend. And I wish you all the best. I know you'll be fabulous. You were my mum's favourite last year. That gives you any hope.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, honestly, she doesn't know your name, but she described you. Dark-haired girl in a yellow dress. She was the best. I went, okay.
It's so funny because Hannah Golding went live at Galaxy, and I remember her telling me that everybody was saying, oh my God, the girl in the yellow dress. And I was like, it must have been me because I'm sure I was the only girl that wore yellow. Yeah,
I can't remember anyone else in yellow. So
I just
there you go.
Now, the girl in the yellow dress.
No, my mum loved you, and I'm sure she'll love you again this year. I don't know if she'll watch. Maybe she will. Maybe she will. She's become a pageant mum now. Yeah. Oh, I've got her involved. But anyway, next week I need to tell everyone who we've got next week. Bear with me while I sort out the StreamYard. We have got Chanel, the one and only Chanel Henderson, our young American Miss International. She will be here talking all about in her internationals, what she's doing with her title. So that is a very, very exciting interview for next week. But thank you everyone for joining. Chloe, you're going to have to rewatch this to see all of the comments because there's more coming in.
Oh God.
I can't keep up. But yes, thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you all again next week.
Bye.
Thank you everyone. Bye bye. And I need to do the outro.